how to find a mentor for real estate. By the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly how to find the right mentor for your real estate endeavors. In real estate, there's so many different ways to invest. The key is what do you want to get going in? Do you want to be a wholesaler? Do you want to get into fix and flip? Do you want to get into commercial? Do you want to do the BRRRR strategy? What is it that is attracting you, and what strategy in real estate investing? That's one of the most important, or the first thing you need to ask, because you don't want to get into residential and start getting mentored by a commercial real estate agent, right? You want to make sure that those things line up. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share with you also how I got my first mentors in real estate investing. The first thing that I looked for, or what gravitated towards me, was the fact, are these people successful in doing real estate? So again, we want to make sure, one, that they've been successful in what I'm doing or what I'm looking at, but two, are they currently doing projects? So here's the thing, like I often tell people, like when I stopped doing real estate, stop taking advice from me. If they're not, the same thing goes with you looking for a mentor. If they're not in today's market, doing real estate, you probably shouldn't be taking advice from them. Real estate is very secular, and there's a cycle to it, and you want to make sure that they're in it, not giving you advice in the wrong market at the wrong time, and you could potentially lose money. So again, plus they're going to be able to open up their market or networking market to you. You want to make sure that your mentor, again, is in the market currently doing deals. So you could say, been there, done that, and been there doing that. So when finding the right mentor, so you want to go out and you want to network. So remember that group that you're creating, that's kind of a mentorship too, but in a group setting. So when you want to work with someone maybe more one-on-one for accountability or get very specific with them, you want to make sure that you're networking, asking questions through there, who you could meet with, who you could network with, who actually has the time, energy, and effort. Make sure that you're asking who out there would be a good mentor for you in the specific niche that you want to specialize in. So there's different groups and different meetings you could go to. REIA.org, it's a meetup. You can meet other investors at these places. You could also, what I like to do is you could actually tell by public record who's doing deals. Obviously, when I got started in real estate, we didn't have all this internet stuff, and we weren't able to tell who exactly was doing deals. But even through Instagram, you could tell, or other social media platforms, you could actually tell who's doing deals in your area and talk to them. And when I say doing deals, I don't mean who's driving the coolest car. I mean who's actually doing real estate. I always say success leaves trails. So make sure that they are actually focused in and doing the business, not showing you the business or what they bought with their business, right? Key things just to kind of pay attention to. So a couple of things, like if you go to a mentor and you ask for help and you don't do what they initially give you, like there's a couple things that I do just to initially, people ask for help often, I'll give them that first step, but that second step is usually not followed up with. So if they give you a task or you ask, how can I get started? That's one thing. I think what's even more beneficial is ask them how you could help with their business and help them with what they're doing. The best way to find a mentor and to have that mentor mentor you is to ask if you could help in any way. Invite them to coffee, meet with them, meet them on a job site, whatever it is. Try to pick their brain. Most mentors are more than welcome and willing to share that information as long as you're not being an asshole. An asshole is someone that just sits there and asks endless questions without taking action. So try to give and take with a mentor or potential mentor. You want to find somebody that can allot you that amount of time and answer the questions that you have, especially when getting started. But also you want to make sure that you could add value to them. You want to be a value add, whether you're financially compensating them, paying them, splitting a deal potentially with them, or helping them with whatever current needs they have. When I first got started, I actually had two mentors. I had a boots on the ground finding deals, and I had someone there with money teaching me the bigger picture and how to look at the BRRRR strategy. There was no BRRRR strategy at the time, but basically looking at the long-term growth of what you could accomplish in real estate. One taught me, again, how to find the deals, how to rehab the deals, and how to get the next one going, kind of just keeping that momentum. And the other had me take a look at the big picture of things and the bigger business of it all. So again, you could have more than one mentor. And I also touched on earlier, making sure you have a group. That group is kind of acts as a mentorship, especially if you've heard it before and I've talked about it. If you find 5 millionaires and let's say they're all in real estate and you start hanging out with them, odds are you're going to become the sixth. It's kind of a mentorship as well. So do me a favor, comment below on what you would love to learn from a mentor, or if you're a real estate investor already, what are some of the key things that you've learned from a mentor? Comment below. Thank you. So the way I got started in real estate is I did have these two mentors, and REKI and Carl. Phenomenal mentors. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. That's why I take what I do so seriously. I tell people all the time on the team, what I say is don't let the messenger get in the way of the message. The message is real estate could be a phenomenal vehicle for you. If the mentor is not lining up with you, you want to find a different mentor. In my case, I had two phenomenal mentors. When I was a young man, I got started in the car business and then got into finance part of it. And so in doing so, I would see loan applications constantly. And the one thing that I saw between the have and the have-nots was people owned that had a lot of real estate, or at least the financial freedom, they had that real estate. So that's what gave me the interest, is having real estate and having this passive income. I'm not here to debate if it's passive or not. It does take work. But what I am saying is that's additional income coming in your way, owning real estate. And so when I saw that, I wanted to get started in it. And as I pushed and pushed and pushed to find mentors and find my way in, eventually I partnered up with Carl, and then REKI helped me find deals. And once I learned the wholesale aspect or finding those deals, Carl would come in, fund the projects for me. And then what we would do is we would refinance them after they were rehabbed and rented, which is the BRRRR strategy: buy, renovate, rehab, refinance. And so we would do that, take the money back out, and start all over again, go get the next project. And so what I was trying to do is, because I worked a full-time job, I didn't have a ton of time to necessarily flip these. And what I was thinking is I could work a traditional job for the next 10 to 15 years and accumulate a nice amount of houses and of residual income. And I thought about it more as my 401k or my retirement plan. I didn't necessarily need to live off of these houses. Why I accumulated more and more and more. And then I would use the income from those properties to pay them off. And as I paid them off, then it gave me more options, the financial freedom and flexibility ultimately to do what I'm doing now. So when looking for a mentor, there's a lot of stuff to look for. I know we just covered all that, but if you want a free assessment of where you're at and kind of next steps, we're more than happy to take you through that process. Click on the link below, schedule your free one-on-one assessment of where you're at and what you need to do next. Looking forward to talking to you.